The recording has started now. Everyone, you're on camera.
Oh no.
Hi.
I'm
Hello.
camera shy.
Okay,
Okay, that's fine.
so let's watch this mid. Let's watch these rollouts too. I want to see how much you've gotten better at them. Pyrrhic could be a little more hurt because they're walking pretty slow. You want to be under, like you want to be around 80.
I think this is the round I got healed in spawn, maybe.
Possibly, I think so. Some good early height pressure. One of your soldiers is nuked though. How did that happen? Got some early spam off. Oh, you don't land on pack there. Yeah, you want to try to land on pack as fast as possible and then get out, because the longer you stay, the longer you're likely to die. Try to shoot the rockets behind the demo there. Also, in this situation, here is like a good spot if you're like about to die instantly, but you should really try to save a rocket to try to get away, because this is a great area to, like, this is kind of nitpicky, I'm gonna be honest, but this is a great area to collapse on players, because now you put yourself on low ground. A soldier can bomb you and stand right here. Yes, you have your scout, but like, to be fair, the demo man's hurt, but this is a good spot to get to finish off a kill. I think deer saves you though, hopefully. Yes, deer saves you. Good job. You guys still have great height control, and you have a lot more health than them. Both your soldiers are kind of low, which is bad, but something that's also good for Amy here is this situation isn't terrible. I don't know if someone called damage on their scout, but like walking up here after your team backs up is usually a little dangerous because the demo man's going to do this. Thankfully, he missed his sticky, but you want to be really careful about walking up here because this is a really good place to spam stickies because they know people love running up here. But a good spot to play, especially if you're getting bombed quite frequently and you're rotating right, is on top of that shutter. This is a good scout spot. This is also a good soldier spot to land and do a little bit of spam or to do a bomb from. But it just depends. It's also good to cut people off. Your demo man's taking a lot of hate here. I'd like to see a bomb here. Like, a lot of their players are low. You got good damage. Their demo man's by themselves. The rest of their team's grouped up. Their scouts are playing on low ground. And their soldiers can bomb, but I will say I also don't like what's going on here. Your demo is also alone, and your medic's super isolated from the rest of their team. Infinity, you should follow your demo man here. Your demo man's always going to take top priority. Soldiers and scouts kind of need to work around that. And scouts playing a little further away on this map isn't bad, but I'd like to see like Amy playing somewhere around here, and worrying a little less about the players in front and more about where their medic is. But otherwise,
Could I make a comment there?
yeah, what's up?
So I've noticed, and I know this for a fact, I haven't been healing demo as much as I should have. I've tried to get better at it. So the priority list goes demo, then soldier, then scout, or is scout and soldier on the same priority list?
Depends on the scout player. Usually, what I like to see is demo, pocket scout, pocket soldier, roamer, flank scout.
Okay.
That's like the general idea, but I have had games where especially if you're holding last a lot or you're doing evens a lot, usually your pocket scout is going to get less beam and your soldiers are going to get more beam. So it's not like a you have to follow this order type deal. And the pocket scout and demo man can swap places depending, but usually I like putting a good amount of beam into my demo, especially if they're doing good damage, because it just means they could be a little more aggressive without exploding as much. But especially in this situation, you're kind of just isolating yourself, right? Your soldier's going to jump away from you probably, because all soldiers love to jump away from their medics, and then you're going to have no one. Which is why it's good to stay with the demo, because the demo man's not really going to jump away from you. But now you've kind of isolated yourself. Somehow no one's bombed your demo, and also no one's bombed their demo. But either of those plays would be good. I like Amy be getting a little more aggressive here. Hopefully the damage numbers were called there. Their demo man stuck in choke. I would aggress here. Scouts try to stay on height because both their soldiers are still alive.
I don't think anyone knew the demo was there. Though I knew they was there.
This is where the pocket scout needs to be making some like spotting calls. Other people can too, but like Amy, like, Chick or Amy should, like, call this, that their demo man's by themselves. Because, like, yeah. Demo man's a good pick, and especially when they're this isolated and this low. Like, Chick has to know they're low. I'd hope. Focusing the soldiers isn't bad, just know that they do have 2 soldiers, and you don't know where the other soldier is at the moment. And your scout is already kind of focused on this soldier, so a good soldiers will bomb together, and this soldier would be able to get a free pick on your med right now. Because you're a little distracted by this one. But otherwise, you're still isolating picks. Good to get on this soldier. Good sticky spam on him. That's basically exactly what you want to do. Good finishing off the players that are still in. Losing both your soldiers is a little rough, but you got their med for it, so pretty solid. I'd be a little careful on walking up here, but they only have 1 explosive class left, so not that big of a deal. Just make sure you're clearing traps, because Demo Man will set up some cheeky traps. And then in situations like these, I know I talk about it a lot, but you should be calling what you want to do. Usually you're going to want to use your Uber through lobby. Scout, don't go in by yourself. Especially running at soldiers. You want to take this fight pretty slow, because this is a really good place to take scout fights. You kind of just get hit by some crazy rockets, to be fair, and launched into him. But at the same time, this is a pretty small room. Right, so if you get popped up at all, it's pretty easy to hit you from the ceiling with a rocket, so just be careful. Leave your demo man or soldier to jump this person, and then you follow up. That's the true way to get that. Have your demo man put some sticks behind him, and then run at him. And then when he starts backing up, he just gets nuked. You guys do have Uber here. Getting the demo pick is huge. How did you get the demo pick? Soldier through 1. Soldier through 1.
I bombed him.
This is a good pick to get. It's very risky though. I probably would still wait for your Uber to come in, because like this is kind of just a team playing unorganized, but like you still caught him. But just make sure when you're doing stuff like this, like honestly, you probably should just wait for your Uber to come in first, and then collapse on them when your Uber comes in. But getting behind here is still very good. Getting into their heaven is amazing. Soldiers try to get into their heavens. Both soldiers don't do it, but like one soldier should try to always do it because it's a very powerful spot to play. You get to just spam down on players who aren't going to look at you, and it's really hard to turn your attention to them. Ending an Uber in heaven isn't the worst, but it's not great. I like all the... I don't like this. Don't do this. No. Because what's it called? This is what's gonna happen. So when you're trying to bait the point, just let your scout do it. Soldiers, you shouldn't really be the ones baiting point. You should be like trying to spam doors, maybe jumping some of their other players. Like getting on that heavy was really good, and then getting that pick on that soldier was really good. But playing the point isn't really your spot. And then everyone standing on point means like, so anytime so soldiers, this is a great lesson in what to do. When people are standing on point, you bomb the point. Okay. You are the first line of defense. You are the fastest to be able to get to the point, and bombs go nuclear. They could launch players up off the point, so they stop capping. If they have a bunch of players on it, it's like ×4. Yes, it'll cap quickly, but you will get some nuclear damage like this. You got to be careful about that. Don't stack your players on point unless it's 2 scouts, and even then, your scouts should be looking up at the air, waiting for players to, like collapse on you, right, or bomb you. So what I would like to see is like your demo man like over here. Like I'd like to see your team over here and the scout playing like the corner of point. You could play back here, but it's a little worse because you're on low ground. But your team should play like, oh shit. I don't want to open this. Your team should be... So what you want to do is you kind of want to split the mid in half. Or the last in half, right? Oh, that's the worst line in my life. So you want to pick a side to end on. You guys have chosen this side, right? This is the side your Uber ends on, which is perfect. That's fine. But you want to think about where you're ending. High ground or good space is kind of where you want to end. So I, as my demo man, I trap up this door so that they can't walk out of that side. Now you have control of this entire area, right? And then I would have like my medic. Here, let me get on red. I'd have my medic like here, and I'd have my scout like here, right? He touches the corner of the point. He looks up in the air, sees if his soldier is bombing, and walks backwards. Walk backwards no matter what. Touch point for a second. It's like defusing a bomb in CS, right? You want to fake it. Just for a second, because you want, like, it's a lot easier, especially on this point with these stupid fucking rails on here. It's really easy to accidentally get yourself caught on them. So baiting it for a second, just touching it, standing on it for like half a second, and then backing up just to see what they send at you is a really good practice. Pocket Scout, it is very, very good to live on last. You're the one who's guiding the medic around. You're the one who's finishing kills. So losing scouts is rough. RUFF, rough. You really want at least one scout to guarantee kills, because it makes fights so much easier when you have an explosive class and a scout. But yeah, don't shove all your players on point. Try to take a side, try to keep that side, and then work from there. Like, they aren't even close to Uber yet, because their medic's like off in his own la la land. So if you guys just played a little more patient on this side. Also, did their heavy live? I just realized this. Yeah, the heavy did live. That's rough too. You really want to, again, trap off spawn. Things are moving quick, but you're kind of just shooting your stickies at nothing right now. Just trap off spawn, right? Your other players can get some kills. If their heavy is running, usually it's better to shoot stickies at his feet, like you were doing. Just try to be a little more proactive with it and less reactive, you know.
It was a total flex.
And then also don't stand on point. Too many players on point. And that's why you guys all got wiped. And if they're not close to Uber, like you guys have crazy ad, you can just play the point hard. If they are close to Uber, you guys kind of just need to send your team into them. Because if they get Uber, the fights, you're gonna lose. They want to play the long game, so you need to be the one to aggress in that situation. Take a side, get some hold that space, get healthy, and then jump the other team as fast as possible. Or play the point if they're not out, but if they are out, jump the other team. Anyways, you could come up in off class here. Sniper would be pretty funny. So you guys are on disad. I want to see holding back. This is not holding back. Your demo gets nuked because of it. Again, you guys want to think about what the Uber state is before making a play, because this is what happens. To be fair, you didn't even get caught by Uber, but your demo just went in when they had Uber. And yeah. And now you guys aren't getting fast enough out. And your medic is super catchable. If I was the enemy medic, I would Uber right now. Even if I don't get your medic, look at all these players that are caught. No one's getting to this medic without dying. You guys really want to stand... So here, we'll go over this again. So, on Uber disad. When you hear it. So, okay, perfect. They're about to walk into point. What demo should be doing right now is someone should be telling them that they have Uber disad. Either demo, you should, if your medic's not telling you, keep track of Ubers in your head to the best of your ability. It's better to make a incorrect call and everyone follow it together than to make a like the perfect call but taking way too long. It's one of the problems I still have, where I'm indecisive because I don't want to make the wrong call, but then I just don't make any calls, and then we sit there doing the wrong thing, which is why I had a teammate who would just make the most dog shit insane calls ever, just to get me to counter call them. Don't do that. But if you're not hearing anything from your main caller, be like, what do we need to do here? What do you want to do? Etc. etc. Like when I was playing Bagel with you, I was kind of getting on both Amy and Chick's like ass, saying, what do you guys want to do here? What are you guys gonna do here? What do we want to do with Uber? Etc. etc. like, don't try not to be annoying about it, and don't fill up the comms with it. But if you don't know what's going on, you can always ask. Try to be polite about it. Try to be nice, but otherwise. But yeah, so demo, you want to be setting up some traps here, trying to get some cheeky stuff, maybe spamming the point with a grenade launcher a little bit. My favorite trap spots are going to be on top of this rock right here. So when a scout walks up it, and just goes like that, he explodes when he tries to jump up onto height. Very useful. Other trap spots are these crates right here, up on top or on the bottom, or on this side as well is also a good little spot. You can also do this doorway right here. That's pretty good. Trapping shutters is always good, either on the top or bottom. And height's never bad as well. Like, you can do soldier bombs if you want to as well, but it's going to be a little less useful. So, keep that in mind. But yeah, you want to set up some cheeky traps and then start backing up. You want to be playing, like, either in IT to leave or in choke to leave. Your scout can be a little further up because it's pretty easy for them to get out. And they can spot, and then you want your soldiers kind of playing a little further up. Either getting ready to have one sack to get them to force, or just spamming this choke as they walk through to try to get them to force. And just to slow them down a little bit so that your team can get out as well. Flank scout, you can maybe play to spot a little bit, but you really want to get out. Doing a 2-man in this situation isn't really going to work because you have a lot of space to walk before you even get close to their medic. So, but in this situation, trying to like lay trap, you can also put just like traps and choke as well. Like, you don't have to be crazy with it. Like, if you just want to slow them down a little bit, traps and choke, like having some in choke and then some right here, good. Right? Doesn't always have to be crazy. Holding ground is always going to be good on Demo Man, with stickies. Anyways, you guys don't play far back, and they have a bunch of buff players who are ready to get in, and they get your Demo Man, which is really rough to lose that quick. Amy almost trades out their Demo Man, but again, they have overwhelming majority of players and Uber ad. It's going to be pretty hard to fight that, especially when you're down your big spam.
Where are we supposed to be standing on this head?
So I just talked about it, but soldiers are going to be like up on crates, or you can have them like right here as well. This shutter spot above sewer is really good if you want to sack. So if you just want like one soldier standing on one of the crates spamming choke, and then the other soldier doing a high bomb onto choke, that works great. And then this soldier gets out. You don't want both your soldiers to die for a sack. But in this situation, you are down super big. Trying to get in, you want to force them like to slow down. A soldier bombing to slow them down, or really coordinated spam, or a flank shove, all are good options here. Like, this soldier is the only one who is IT. Actually, I don't even think anyone... sorry, one scout was IT. So if you guys were playing close IT here, and you guys saw all their choke, or all their team in choke, your flank could just shove IT behind them, and it forces their team to either go back for your 2 flank members, who are probably going to win this 1v1, because you can see 5 players in choke right now. So you're probably going to win this 1v1 and get to capped second. So either they're going to go back and fight second, which gives your combo more time to build, maybe a little more time to spam them as they get out. You guys still need to play safe, though, because, again, they could always just Uber into you. And depending on the map, especially like a map like Gully Wash, where mid and second cap at the same time, something to think about. Or if, like, let's say you win the 2v1, but one of your players dies and it's just the soldier left, ×1 on cap isn't as near as scary as a ×2, and they could just stack mid and probably out cap you. So keep in mind that, but at the same time, you know, pressure them a little bit, force them to make an awkward decision here. Sometimes if you notice they're taking forever and there's no one to fight them, sometimes it's good to just send your team into them and do like a 2 or 3 man, and then have your like pocket scout and medic maybe run away. But like, if you distract them while your flank's capping, that can work. It's just very risky because the flank players might have to fight this player depending on who lives and who dies, and things get sketchy, but it can work. Just has to be coordinated well. And yeah, so soldiers play right here. Flank scout will either play sewer or IT to leave, or even choke, but try not to follow the combo, because if they get bombed, you're gonna get bombed too. And And then combo should be playing near whatever door they want to leave from. Don't leave from sewer. IT or choke. Flank scout can leave through there. It's still not great, but it doesn't matter that much because they're not going to be chasing your flank scout, most likely. If they're smart and they realize your combo's not catchable, then maybe, but your scout moves pretty quick. But IT and choke are still usually the way to go for flank scout. And then demo should be playing like IT or choke, wherever you guys are leaving, along with your medic and pocket scout. Pocket scout can be a little farther out to get some information, but the second he sees the enemy team push in, he should just start backing up. It's not his job to get the force, it's not his job to get the sack, etc. The whole idea when they have ad and they're walking into a point you control is to either get them to force or to delay them. You can delay them by any of the means I said: flank shoving, good spam, a sack, etc. Any of those are good options for you to do, but try not to lose too many players. Flank shove is the only one I would commit 2 players to. Everything else you should have only one player die usually. If you lose more players, it means you can't really do anything on this next point, and it's a lot easier for them to push in on you. And they can just take space quicker, especially if it's both your soldiers. So whenever you do a soldier sack, you can have one soldier like fade, and then one soldier actually commit to the bomb onto their medic, or just have both soldiers spam the point, trying to get them to force while they're walking in, etc., etc. Spam the choke. But there's a lot of ways to do sacks. You guys can experiment with your own. I've given you some ideas, but you really don't want to stay in here. Your medic's doing the right play to get out, because, yeah. You did get a cheeky shot on their medic. I think Deer backspawned onto sniper. Not a bad idea, but you really shouldn't be committing your team that hard to this, because again, if they're smart, they'll just use Uber, and now your whole team's caught. Especially the sniper player. Whenever one of the biggest counters to sniper is to take an exchange or an Uber, because sniper is so, especially if the sniper's playing with the combo, which he probably will be, because a buff sniper's a scary sniper. It's great if he's playing with the combo, but at the same time, if you take an exchange or if you use into the combo, you either have to drop the sniper from the Uber, or he's also just caught, right, in an ad situation like this. There's no way the sniper's going to get out. They're invincible. He's not good in the scrappy fight that follows unless you're a god gamer. So you're most likely going to get killed during the enemy team's Uber. And this situation won't happen, especially because look how many players can, surely one of these players saw a sniper, right? Yep, this player sees a sniper, this player sees a sniper, this player kind of sees a sniper, this player sees a sniper. The fact that they haven't used yet is crazy. They are begging to be shot, right? They have so much time to call for an Uber here, and they don't. The medic actually shoots an arrow instead of having his medigun out, which is bad medic. This is why you die. Do not take especially with a sniper on the field, do not take your fucking crusaders out. Have your Uber ready.
So, in short...
And also, don't peek the sniper.
Bad.
Right? What's up?
In short, bad decision, but worse decision-making from them.
No, the sniper's good. Putting like I said earlier, you can have a sniper in this situation, and I don't even mind, it's fine, losing a flank scout for him to snipe and possibly, think about it in this situation. Instead of losing a soldier, you're losing a sniper. Just commit the sniper to death, right? If he doesn't hit the shot, he's probably going to die anyways. So just commit only your sniper, let your soldiers get some spam off, and then run away if the sniper doesn't get it. Because losing both your scout and your soldiers pretty bad, but losing just your scout isn't that bad, because then you can have a soldier sack on the next point, and then your scout will probably be up to already start building a sentry if the sack doesn't go well. So it's not that big. Sniper here is good. I like this pick. You probably could have stayed in forwards and not backspawn, but I mean, because this is
I ran out of forward spawn accidentally.
Yeah, because this is a nasty angle and it's a lot safer. You can commit your life to it, but that means your soldiers probably shouldn't go for a sack. but not the biggest deal.
Okay.
I like the sniper pick here, but your positioning for the sniper, like your soldiers, it should have taken, like, what you want to do is have your soldiers up here spamming that choke so that when the soldiers are, like, everyone on their team is focused on your soldiers and not your sniper, and then your sniper opens this door, takes a quick shot at their medic, hopefully gets it, and then goes here and then back spawns a scout. That's like the goal. You can commit a sniper to it, but your soldiers should still be playing in the same spot, and your sniper should just be charging up a shot and then peeking it. But your combo should still be playing further back. Because you probably get the medic pick here. You guys are kind of nuking them somehow, because they kind of just give up high ground. Like, you guys don't have a demo man here. They don't really have a good, like, other than your sniper. But, like, they should... Another thing is they should have bombed the sniper, right? There's a scout on low ground, and that's the only thing that can protect the sniper because you traded your scout for him. The sniper could hit, like, a crazy headshot, but, like, double bombing this also still isn't bad. Like, or just using Uber! Like, there's so many answers they had to this situation, and they played literally the worst one, which was do nothing. It's worse to do nothing than to do something, let me tell you. Because the more passive you are, the aggressors usually win. You guys are being a little more aggressive, and they're not playing their Uber to their advantage, or their player ad, or anything. They're not playing to their advantages right now. That's why they lost that fight. And now they have like a super scrappy fight where you have a sniper with a really good sight line, and a bunch of players who are hurt. And yeah, like this is every sniper's dream.
I almost got the demo pick there.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't get the demo pick, you put the fear of God into them. That soldier's feeding. I don't even think your medic's... Oh, your medic is in. That's a fine sack. His team's already dead. He's probably not making it out. I maybe would walk back to spawn. This soldier's crazy. Getting a pick here would be good, but it's not like... Okay, we're just standing... Oh, did that shot hit the sniper? Anyways, you should play your life a little more.
It hit me, and then it killed Silent with Splash.
Yeah, you should play your life here a little more, because getting that pick on that soldier is good, but, like, losing your life is even worse, especially since you have a sniper for this Uber. Snipers can go crazy, but again, it demands, like, really high skill from that sniper, because everyone's going to be moving like a madman. They're probably not going to be focused on you, so it's not the worst, but, like, there's also just a high chance that when you take your Uber, one of their soldiers shoves lobby and kills you.
Okay.
It's not the worst thing to do, especially if you get a sniper pick, but I like you going back to respawn. But I would like to see a little bit more movement with this Uber. Like, get a little spotting in there and then go. Also, try not to take your Ubers through 2. It's just an easy door to stop people from going through. 1 is good, but it's only good to catch, and hopefully you guys would have seen that they're not playing that side. I don't know. Their demo man's kind of moving over to that side, but anyways. Also, Silent, you should not go in first. You trade yourself for a demo, but 1, that shouldn't happen, and 2, they like to take trades. Like I said, this is they just want to play the long game. Also, in this Uber, you guys had quite a bit of ad, so I probably would have focused this heavy, because that's who's going to be the worst in this. Also, the fact that you didn't have a scout with you is bad. I don't like seeing this. None of your scouts are with your medic. All your explosive classes are with your medic, but that means your medic can't get far with the Uber. And then, yeah, it's just rough. And also in this situation, especially since you guys, like, they had quite a bit of time to build stuff because you guys were a little slow to move here. Using through lobby would have been much better. 3 or 4, probably 4, because that's the side, right? So you'll use... Wait, what is going on? So you'll use through 4, get the gun, and then walk across this way while your scout plays point. Or you just end on this side and split the map in half. Up to you guys. If you don't have time to cross over, you don't have time to cross over. If your Uber takes too long. But yeah, also this is another one of those situations where Scout is really good to finish off classes. And again, you guys don't have a Scout with you, and now your demo man used his entire clip and now has to reload. And so it's a little scuffed. Your demo should have already been dead, but they finally go down.
Does this not show like where sentries are?
It does not. But you can tell the sentry's like somewhere over here.
Okay.
Because that's where you guys are spamming. And it's also where it shot the scouts from. But yeah, try to get some spotting so you guys know where they are, so you're not caught off guard. And then 2, try to use on the side of the sentry to get the sentry out of the way quickly, and then focus on the heavy, or get any picks on the ground. Demo Man's a good pick too, but in this situation, heavy's pretty annoying. After the Uber's over, he's just going to spam you down like crazy, like he did to you guys. So he's a pretty good pick to get out of the way with the Uber. If you have time. If you don't, try to get someone else and then collapse on the heavy after the Uber's over. Yet again, we're in another disad situation. Silent is playing the flank, but a little too... Well, he gets a pick. This is kind of a flank shove, but you guys are going a little early. Since they're back there, they could just commit the beam to fighting you guys in there and go from there. But since you got a pick, this isn't the worst. But yeah, since they haven't moved through the point yet, they can just commit the beam to fight you guys, and they do. And you guys kind of wander in at an inopportune time. So usually it's a little better to go after they've already like capped point and someone's calling that. Like, so usually what you would want to do is play your guys are like right here and have your pocket scout spot for you, and be like, oh, I'm standing right here, I don't see them yet, oh yep, their beam's walking through choke, and then it's when you guys would go through here, because you guys can run into the flank even if it's a 2v2. It's not the worst. Like, you're still wasting time, you're scaring them, etc, etc. But like, their players are still also sewer's another good one to shove. Like, play like right here, and then shove quickly. It's a little easier to be caught doing this, but there's less likely to be players in sewer, or if there is a player, it's only going to be one. Really depends. You're most likely going to meet the pocket soldier here. Usually we send 2 through IT.
So what's the best time to do a flank shove?
In this situation, when you're on disad. But it has to be into a point that caps faster, right? So flank shoving into mid doesn't really work, because if you're behind them, it's not bad, but they can just go forward because 2 caps faster, right? So like, let's say you're the blue team, right? And red team is pushing through, and you guys sneak behind onto mid. Even if you're at ×3, their combo can cap second faster than you guys could cap mid if you flank shoved. So you're not really going to put a lot of pressure on them. They can cap 2 and then walk forward. You're going to be stuck behind them, and if I was that team, if the ad's this big, then I would just kill the people behind and then walk into last with 2 extra picks. You're kind of isolating yourself. But in this situation, if you guys are pushing through, if you guys are on mid and you guys are pushing through IT like you guys are doing now, this is good, right? You 2 caps faster than mid does. It puts a little pressure on them. They're already a player down, but you have to wait for their beam to walk through first, right? Here, wait. Use a different color. You have to wait for their beam to walk through first, because if their beam hasn't walked through yet, it's really easy for them to turn around and just be like, okay, let's chat, let's kill these guys, right? And then they get 2 picks, and it's a lot easier to push forward, because to give any more players up would mean you have literally no one to defend. And so you just have to give, even with 2 players down when they have Uber, it's pretty scary to try to leave any players to take the fight, because you guys could just get collapsed by their 2 flank members or whatever.
So push when they push.
Push, yeah, you want to be pushing while they're pushing.
Okay.
You want to like mirror them walking through doors.
Right.
That would be like perfect. It's better to be late than early though, right? Because if you're early, then they catch you. If you're late, then it might be a little more dicey for you capping point. But if you guys get stuck behind, it's not as big of a deal. You guys either need to kill someone or just kill bind.
Okay.
But it gives you a lot more time to either kill bind and be ready to fight for last, or kill bind and get forwards.
So, do you have a kill bind set up?
I do. I have 2
I
of them.
wouldn't worry about it that much. Most of the time, you should just try to find someone and kill them if you don't get the cap. But capping is always going to be first, because that's what puts the most pressure on. Because if you get this cap, then you could just go to last, right? And you want that. Even if you die on their last, but if you got second, you have just dragged their whole team should be coming back to you because you're about to win the fucking game. And they're going to be scrambling. So even if you don't cap your team, if they are scrambling to get back, your team should put some pressure on them as they're scrambling. Don't overcommit, because if their flank kills your flank, then you're now caught and they have Uber. But, like, you know, put some pressure on them so they can't just get back quickly. You know, try to stick up choke, etc., etc. But again, your demo man should still be playing further back in situations like these. Because you guys are super catchable. Good idea, executed too early. Your demo man should not be in IT. Again, they could just use... They should be in choke right now instead of trying to fight you guys in IT, because that's stupid. They could just take a double scout, though, honestly. Like, at that point. But just using on your demo man in choke. Again, if you have there's a reason why you have to respect ads so much. It's because, again, 8 seconds of invincibility. Yeah, they say, look, they do what I wanted you to do. And then they should just be able, like, get the medic and then back up. Get the medic and then back up. No! Okay, so they overcommitted a little too hard here. So they get the medic and they have 38% Uber left. That's great. I would pocket one of my scouts and start backing up. The problem is the enemy team needs to be coming in for this, right? Like when your Uber is ending, when the enemy team's Uber is ending, their players should be getting in, right? The Uber's made the space. These players no longer have to worry about that anymore because their Uber's distracting, and everyone's just trying to live. But they're playing a little too far back, probably because they're a little scrambled, and now they're kind of just lost a little bit. And you guys get to pick on their medic. They're still going to get mid for this, and they're probably going to be pretty close to evens. But it could have been better.
I have to leave. I have to get up for work in the morning.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Thank you for going over this.
No
I'm
problem.
going to bed.
I will upload
See
the
you.
recording probably tonight.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, Deer just two-shot them. Beast. The medic should not walk out of spawn without another player with them. Okay, Deer's just fucking them up. Honestly, I maybe would go on their medic here. Yep. Okay. Okay, so their team did the worst thing possible.
I have no idea how this happened.
This is called... You're just taking risky ones. Now, this situation's not the greatest, but the second this scout saw you get the pack, again, they still have an advantage because, like, they know that you're probably, like, you're only a meat shot away, right? This is most likely in the other scout's favor, but again, Scout's a pretty hard class to kill, and he's really good in 1v1s, and you're better. So, you know, you're him.
Nah.
And then in this situation, soldiers should never bomb you. Even if you're not looking at him, it's very likely with how fast the scout moves that you're not going to hit. And he then just shot a rocket that got you onto your medic. Like, the scout doesn't need to kill the soldier here. That is like the...
That got me onto the medic and onto the pack at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah, like, the soldier should just be playing with the medic here and trying to swat the scout away and, like, just spamming him at distance instead of jumping him. Because then you I mean, most times you're not going to jump the scout into your medic, but, like, still, bombing a scout is a terrible idea, especially when he jukes the shit out of you. But Deer just played this well, and they played this the worst way possible, which is taking a bunch of ones and then not playing around your medic. Wait for the scout to come to you in that situation. Do not wait for the... don't jump the scout. Because, yeah, you just turned, like, a kind of even situation into... Somehow it wasn't evens. Their medic died later than you. But, oh, yeah, so this is the classic of no one spawns with the medic. And no one goes back for the medic. So look at how much Uber you guys build here. Again, your medic... Someone should be going back for the medic, and your medic should wait for someone to come back before walking out of spawn. Because Deer also could have just caught the medic here. Like right here.
I didn't know the medic was behind.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's just
Being
an
at this
opportunity,
point,
and the
point.
medics by themselves right now, you easily like this. The fact that this medic's still walking forward when you diff their scout and sewer is crazy. I would be looking around for my soldier and like calling for someone. I'm a defenseless little baby, and there's a nuclear bomb walking at me. Okay. Things are happening. Stuff is going. You guys have Uber Ed. You should be thinking about how you want to use it. Stop going through one. And also don't send your whole team through one. Again, your combo is splitting up from each other. Why? And also, you guys all shouldn't be going through one. Please stop going one this much. One is only to catch people when you guys have a lot of momentum. You guys don't have a lot of momentum here. You're taking your time. And you also like flash everyone with this Uber because you guys are all standing on top of each other. It's not that bad, but like your demo would be better than a soldier for these Ubers. And then again, you also dropped your scout. Because your scout got a little too hungry for point and needs to play around the medic more. And then also your demo man wasn't with your medic. But also I'd like to see Silent getting in this more. Like you're kind of just standing around while your team's getting nuked. Your job is to die for the point. Bomb the heavy. Actually bomb the heavy. Like when he's shooting your teammates like this, you should just bomb the heavy. Because you're doing spam, but the spam is like 50 damage, and especially if their medic's playing smart, he can out arrow your damage. But yeah, you guys are taking Ubers super weird. You guys salvaged their medic, which is good. You could maybe go in here, but you guys don't have Uber yet, and you're down a player. Again, they do have infinite health in their respawn, so it'd be kind of a scrappy fight, and the longer it goes on, the more it goes in their favor. If the vibes are good, you could take it, but especially with a heavy up, I would probably wait for Uber before going, and that's what you guys decide to do, which is good. I like to see that. You should be buffing up your players as much as possible right now. You have Uber. Like, you kind of want to, like, when you guys are getting ready to Uber, at 90%, you already want to have a plan of where you're going with this Uber, and hopefully where you're ending. You want to have someone spot so that you know that plan's not terrible, and then you should be getting players buffed, right? And most of the time, do that out here, because the second you try to walk in and buff players, you're just going to get spammed by the enemy demo, or a soldier. So get buffs here.
Did the medic use Uber on the last? How do we have Uber?
Their medic died, and your medic didn't die.
Oh.
Yep. Silent sacked for their medic after your guys' Uber, because they were down a couple players. Good play, honestly. I like it. Got the kill, and then you guys waited for Uber. That's fine. And now you guys have Uber head, and you're about to take it. Your two scouts shouldn't be on top of each other. Deer, play away from the combo. Yes, good. Silent, you should be waiting to go in. This is why you should wait to go in. And then I also would like to see not everyone on top of each other here. Like, split up, please. Split up.
So should I wait for them to Uber?
Yes,
and then
everyone except the pocket should wait. Right? You want them to clear space for you, because when you're walking in here, you're kind of just taking a 1v1 against whatever player's watching this door, which isn't bad per se, but it's better if you have an Uber distracting them, or who has done damage to them, right? Then you want to get in. But I would probably try to get in through 2 rather than 1, because this is an easier door to get killed in, and they'd have to be holding pretty close to get you here, which may or may not happen. Little less.
There was a there was a call for sticks and rollout. So in in that situation, should I have gone one
In
instead?
that situation, your players should hop on point.
Okay.
If there's no stickies on point, that means point is free. I honestly, you could go through one here, but again, your Uber should still be going through first. Going out 5 is good, especially if they don't have a sniper. But again, you need to be spotting, and yeah, you drop your scout. Deer, you should not be going in first. Let your Uber take space for you. You want your Uber to get the sentry gun and to take space. Hopefully to get kills on top of it, and maybe or may not cap time. Like, that would be the perfection, right? Get a little bit of cap time, get 2 kills, kill the enemy sentry gun. That would be a perfect last Uber. You're probably not going to get that every time, but getting the sentry and getting space is like the bare minimum you need to keep fighting this. Damage 2. Amy, you should be trying to clean up the targets that your demo was shooting at. And then also, so what I would like to see from Deer is after they take space and Uber, Deer, especially if they have no stickies, I want your ass on cap. Like either when I like doing is if like people tell me there's sticky somewhere else, I'm going to be thinking about playing point on flank scout, and I'm either going to follow the door that was cleared by my Uber. So like they go in, then you walk in a couple seconds later once they've taken space yet again, and then you just beeline to point while they're distracted by your Uber. And then you bait point for a second, again, look up, make sure, like, try to find where the soldiers are, and see what soldiers, and look at the soldiers that are going to bomb you. And then the second they bomb you, back up, shoot them a little bit, fight them, you know, and then try to get back on point while your Uber hopefully is collapsing on them with you.
Okay.
You guys aren't really taking enough space with your Uber, right? Your demo jumps, which is good, but then you don't follow your demo, and your scout's just kind of hiding behind a wall. This is a little bit of a coordination issue, because your scout's trying to like run at the heavy, which I'm going to be honest with you, you're not killing that heavy without your demo's help. And then the point's more important anyways. Getting these kills would also be very useful, or the demo kill. The heavy's not going to die, right? You need help for the heavy kill. So like trying to get these kills with your demo and then focusing the heavy isn't bad, or you guys just both need to focus the heavy together. But like this is a coordination issue of both are trying to do different things. And your medic now has to make the awkward decision of choosing. And for me, I'm probably going to choose my demo in this situation. Infinity doesn't choose the demo, which is fine. But now you guys have to fight a really full health heavy. And you guys don't have much space. Amy gets the heavy, which is great. I think, again, because Silent has taken heaven, which, like I said earlier, is great because no one looks at you and no one was looking at you, which is epic. The medic even sees you and calls you, but no one does anything about it. So I like this coordination. I hope your guys get back in, though. Yes, epic. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful. A little scuffed, but Silent made a good play, and it works out. Uber could have gone better, but you guys get there. Getting a soldier in behind heaven is great for the refight. So. Let's watch this mid. Both demos get there about the same time. Silent commits onto their demo and gets the kill. I like you hiding IT. I would tell your team to get aggressive, that you're behind them so that you can go for the collapse, which you do. I probably wouldn't waddle. I'd probably go for a bomb there. But it works out, kind of. Waddle Warrior number 67. Yep, Deer going back to cap point is good. Getting this kill is not worth dying. Remember this. Amy, go back and help your medic. 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 Perfect. There you go. Dying there would be terrible. You get like getting the demo man pick would be kind of good because then cap would be free, but the demo wasn't even close to you, and getting a kill on a scout's good because, you know, let one less off class to deal with, but their scout that isn't the one that's been playing heavy, which has been your biggest problem. And it's also not worth losing your pocket scout over, because now your Uber's going to be worse, and you're going to be a player down for the fight. Again, you guys should be getting healthy in front of IT lobby now, and already getting some spotting so that you guys can take this Uber with as much Uber ad as possible to give you more time for the fight after the Uber's over. Please don't go through one again. Please don't go through one again. Oh, you're going through one again. Again, it's not bad to catch, and they don't have a sentry gun, but their medic... I mean, they're heavies on this side, so it's not that bad. But you guys have to use through this door. This is not like you can bait through door. You have to use through this door. And you guys need to commit onto something. No, you're split up again. Again, you guys need to make a decision with what you want to do before the Uber's going to happen so that this doesn't happen, right? And even then, you want to be calling what you need to do, like what you're doing in the middle, too. If Amy's not saying anything, demo, you need to wrangle them back.
Can you look at what I'm doing? Because I'm pretty... I don't know what I did, but I think I fed somewhere.
Deer? You
Yeah.
went in too early again.
Yeah.
Again, you gotta let your team take space for you, especially in this situation. Like, look at these stickies on point, too. You could just walk up this ramp and, like, stand here and probably be fine. Maybe shoot one or two of these. Also, hopefully, one of your soldiers should shoot these as well. That would be super helpful for you, but...
Alright.
But again, you guys are getting in too fast. Your Uber's, like, not over yet. The enemy team's not hurt. You landed on sticky, Silent.
Yeah.
And then you still didn't even get their heavy because you didn't have your scout with you. Infinity dying here is good. You don't want to live. You're probably not going to make it out, and you're just going to delay your death. Kill binding is also not a bad option there, because like you're not getting out. Sometimes it's like cool if you hit the sit clip where you get away, but other times you're just gonna wander away and then delay your death by forever. This is another situation where you need to be getting out. Cry chick put some stickies down and choke, which is not bad, like I said earlier, and they got a quick pick, but they're still playing too far forward. I like that you have a sniper on forwards this time though. Silent, they should just go and rush IT and kill you with beam. You're playing a little too aggressive. I like you standing further back here. This is fine. It's a little better if you don't give away your hand though, because yeah, now you can't flank shove because they're walking your way, and then also because you've shown your hand, it's harder for your sniper to get this pick. But you guys get the force because IT is not a good door to try to milk through. They have to use through that door basically if the enemy team knows you're there, and they kind of overplayed their hand by shoving 2 scouts through it. So. But like I said, Deer got caught in an Uber. Likely to happen. Which is fine, but the fact that you lost both Deer and Silent for it, not great. And again, it's not great that your combo and your demo are far apart from each other. But you guys are out DMing them. But they're getting a little scrappy, and they sneak a scout behind you. I would bomb their medic right now, Pyrrhic, because they don't have a scout with their medic. And your medic's dead, it's better to get the kill in their medic. Especially if they don't have a scout. Yeah, this is pretty good. Oh, Silent, please hit it. There you go. You guys win the scrappy fight. Deer is ignoring everything and going to second. Which in some situations isn't bad, but in this situation isn't particularly good, because their spawners are going to be there before you. And also, no one's with your medic. Please. Let your medic heal someone. There you go. So, because you guys didn't have any, your soldiers jumped away. So, one, your medic didn't wait for any players. No one went back for the medic. You guys turned probably like a 20 to 30 ad into evens. Like, look how much time your medic had to build. And you guys are just losing on 2. The Uber ad would be better than getting a little bit of space on 2. Because now their team's going to have spawners and be healthier for the fight on 2. And it's a lot faster for them to get their spawners onto 2 than to have you guys roll out. And also they're going to get the high ground faster, so the fight's a little better for them, and blah, 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 blah. This is a good bomb from their soldiers, because you guys don't have any scouts. That bomb should have gone better, to be honest, but, you know, whatever. Bombing is hard. Their scouts taking a cheeky 1v1. You guys are basically evens, so this isn't a terrible position to hold, and you guys get the pick. This is a good time to flank shove. You don't really need a flank shove in this moment, because like you're on evens and your team's like fighting. But like having one player behind is never bad. But they were already kind of losing that fight. Being there to catch them after the collapse is good, but that's kind of it. And it could have gone either way. This was pretty sketchy. Like in this situation, they're up a player, and they kind of only fumbled this because this soldier just ignored their scout and decided to bomb nothing and choke when they already had another soldier in choke. So this soldier's kind of throwing, because this soldier just could have played upright T and spammed the both of you as you walked in. Not the best time to flank shove, but it works out in your favor. Probably would have just been better to hold mid, but it works. Huh? Oh, he walked out of spawn before swapping classes. Nice. Yeah, you guys should turn off the setting that kills you when you swap classes.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
He walked out of spawn and then swapped classes.
I've done that exact same thing. I can't even get mad.
You should
I
turn
thought
off
he killbind.
No. Look, you can see him. What's it called? Here, wait. Let's see if he spawns up in off class. Almost definitely he spawns up on engineer here.
No, he went scout, I'm pretty sure.
No, he was already on. Yep, he comes up engineer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he swaps to scout because he realizes he killbind on accident. But it wasn't a killbind. It was a. There's an option here. Wait. Well, I can show it to you guys in a bit. There's an option that you should turn off, which is kill upon swap or class swap. You should not have that option on. You can always just walk back into spawn and banny bind to make sure you swap class. But if you have that option and you accidentally walk out, then it's not great. I like you guys getting super aggressive with this Uber. You guys took a lot of space, which is good, but you guys didn't really have to use here. Like Pyrrhic goes in to try to catch their medic, but he doesn't. And then you guys, like your demo man should just put stickies on point, and you guys should start capping, because no one's near point except the soldiers, right? So because shooting these guys in heaven, you're not really gonna get anything. I like you shooting the stickies off. Be careful with shooting the stickies off point, because like yes, your medic's uber, but if he det right now, your medic would have gone over into their side. And your Uber would have been not good. But in these situations where they're not on the point, you guys should just play point. That's what you should be doing in this situation. Like Deer should be in on point right now. I think Deer again went in too early. Classic Deer.
I need to learn to stop just running into 5 people.
Yes.
Too much MGE.
Too much MG.
You can be the best player in the world, but 5 players versus 1 is never going to be in your favor. But yeah, by the time you guys get onto point, it's a little too late, and all their players are out of heaven. But yeah, if you just had Deer play the point there, while your Ubered players got some damage off on the players in heaven, or focus someone, again, you should be calling who you're shooting in this situation. Demo, call you're shooting the soldier, and then the scout should focus the soldier. Medic, try to never end your Uber on point, because you end like right here. Also, you did get popped up by the stickies, I think, or a rocket or something. But yeah, try to end not on point. It's not good. Yeah, you guys get a bunch of damage, but you guys don't fish anything off because you're not calling focuses, and because their team had an infinite amount of time to just wander around, because you guys didn't get point pressure. If their team's not available to be killed, play the point. If their team is available to be killed, go for kills with Uber. That's the simplest way to put it. But if you walk in and you're Ubered here and you see no one, get on the point. Hopefully your scout will be in as well and play the point. Flank scout, just look to play the point. Or get kills with your flank soldier, depending. Like, if your pocket scout's playing the point, don't play the point as well. Unless, like, no one's there, and if you cap fast enough, you could win. But, again, you're kind of maybe feeding 2 of your scouts for that. I think Deer got a cheeky little back cap in 1 here. These players are blind. What is this person doing?
What is he?
He's clearing heaven. Don't have a scout clear heaven, have a soldier clear heaven. But also, make sure you're clearing every door. Like, heaven should be cleared like here by one of your soldiers or one of the players that are up. Or you should just leave if you're that worried, just leave a soldier on point. Don't leave point empty and do the classic of not look at all the doors. But anyways, good job, Silent. Or good job, Deer.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, hey, sneaking through. I mean, good job, Silent. Huge bomb.
Good job, Silent.
No, sneaking behind is never going to be bad. In that, like, there's not much if you lose there. Like, your team doesn't really need you on mid to do a sack, and you're probably gonna spawn, like, get back spawn anyways. So, like, winning the game, the risk reward is very high there. If they catch you, whatever. You could probably still sack a player on mid, and if they don't catch you, then you win. Okay, I'm gonna do one more mid, and then that'll probably be it for tonight because I do have work tomorrow, and this has already gone on for like an hour. Okay, so let's get to the start of it.
Been an hour already?
It's been an hour
Almost
and 2
2.
minutes.
Oh my god.
It felt like it 2 hours.
Okay, you guys are getting some space. Silent gets back early, gets some good damage on their demo. I wouldn't mind to see a bomb from the other soldier here, and maybe your demo walking across point. But this is fine. Try to take space when their demo is hurt, right? Your demo has a lot more health here, specifically here, and you guys are just kind of standing still and doing nothing while they're all getting healed. This is the point where you want to take, like, your pressure. You guys are not as hurt as them. Like, some of your players are a little more hurt than their players, but overall you guys have a lot more buffed players on your team, and you guys could be taking, like, huge space here, but you kind of just don't. So it's part of the problem. And then now you guys are playing super far back for no reason. This is one of those times where you guys just kind of have to stay in, even though your players, like, your soldier can back up here, but your medic shouldn't back up. And now you guys are baiting your flank members. Amy dies here. Yeah. And now you run. Don't fight this. There's no reason to fight this. You're not going to win. Run. You're not winning a 6v3. I'm sorry. That soldier fed. They also, all these scouts don't need to stack point either. Like, there's no reason for them. There's no reason for their medic to stand back here. They're kind of baiting their soldier. Their soldier should have waited and got healthy first, because, like, their soldier is bombing a choke with 100 health, which is not good either. And Chick should get that kill, but if the rest of the team just walked in, they could kill your demo very easily here. But instead, they decided to take a 1v1 when they had numbers and lost because of it. So we can go a little longer here. Silent, you're kind of feeding a little bit here. I think you're gonna get it because they're bad players, but yeah, they're really bad players. Okay, so
Well, at this,
I said this before.
at this point,
Wait, what were
sorry,
you gonna say?
you go.
No, you go.
oh, at
This
this point, I
witness
thought they
thing?
had Uber. Yeah, I thought they had Uber already. So my whole thing was trying to get them to force.
Yeah, so the problem here, though, is if you get the force... One, it's very unlikely that you get the force, right? Someone should be spotting IT here. And two, you guys are already down players. Like, you're not down players, but your players aren't on 2 yet. And so they could just walk forward into your team here as they see your spawners roll out. But instead, no one's watching IT, which is number one. But pushing through this door, you kind of got lucky that no one's watching it. And then you got 2 rockets off, which is not luck. 2 rockets is usually what I'd say. My rule of thumb is if a soldier gets 2 rockets off and your medic dies in 2 rockets, your medic should probably have better movement. It depends, like, on the delay between these rockets, but you shot these pretty much as fast as you could shoot rockets. So, but this soldier got 4 rockets off, and their scout is just like oblivious during all of this. And your medic's like not looking at the soldier bombing them, which is not what you want to do. You want to look at the soldier to see if you can dodge the rocket and or hit a surf. Like, unless you're the GOAT and you go off sound cues, which you can do, but like you're not there yet. Look at the soldier. And also I probably would have like went to sewer here, or like stayed near the rock, made it a little harder to hit me instead of running in a straight line away from the soldier who's bombing me. Like, this is what the soldier wants you to do. You're putting yourself in choke. Which is like, sometimes it's good to go to the nearest door, but choke has an open roof, so like they could still get a bomb off on you. Yeah, they kind of just throw everything away here. Like, they didn't push when they had the numbers ad, and then you guys got a good flank behind them. Their medic didn't use there for some reason. Like, they could just, like, forcing here isn't even that bad. I mean, yeah, they're just super split. Not a good play. Again, everyone's going through choke. Stop shoving all of your players through the same door. For some reason, Charizard just decides to not go that way. But if they just went to second, this would have been, like, a lot scarier. But instead, they're like, let me try to run past the entire enemy team. It works. So, I mean, whatever. But shoving to second there is not bad. Their medic's playing in a terrible spot. This is disad. You don't want to be in a place where you can be caught. In evens, this wouldn't be a bad position, but this isn't evens, and they also get piped by your demo. I would get aggressive here. This is the time where I take an Uber through 1, right? Like, they're low, the demo's here, kind of caught, their medic's kind of caught. That's crazy. It's crazy that the soldier knows there's a scout coming in 1, and then just, like, doesn't turn around fast enough. Neither of these soldiers stop you. Too much. Too cool. I would take the Uber now, to be honest. They just freshly dropped both their medic and demo. They're not going to have Uber. They're not going to have overheal. You guys could take a lot of space without Uber, or without using here. It's not bad to wait either, because you're down a player, but it's just 1 scout, and they're down their demo, which means the point is free. Like, even with this Uber heavy and, like, heaven, they're, like, you could just probably, like, have your demo jump him, and your soldiers jump him as your scout plays the point, and, like, make sure you get a flash your scout, and when he gets jumped by the soldiers. But, like, you guys are a little indecisive here. Some of your players go in, some don't. Don't go in now. You're down your demo and a bunch of players. You guys still have time, though. Thankfully, they're building terribly. Deer's running in by himself again. There's literally no reason to run in right now. You have ad.
How do I keep doing that?
You have ad. I don't know why. Like, you have ad here. Getting a pick on their medic is, like, not bad, but again, it's not super important. It makes their heavy a little worse, but, like, heavy is still annoying. And as long as he has enough health to fight a post, it's still going to be good. Also, they're, like, allergic to sentry guns now for some reason. Like, they haven't noticed you guys take a while to push in, and like they could have had a level 2 or 3 already. And now you're on. I guess you guys just thought it was evens, but like you guys had so much more ad than you think you did because their medic died like so long ago, or so early, like into or so late into 2, and then they just don't build well, to be fair. But like even then, it's still like. When does deer run in? Yeah, even if they built well, they'd only have like 50 ad, which is still like uber takeable. Or 60 ad, which means you guys still, or sorry, 60 uber, which means you have like 40 ad. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you ran in there. I know you guys are on spy. Which is, again, you still had time to take the uber, but, you know. This is fine. They don't know you're on spy. You can go on... Oh, you guys still take the... Oh, what the
They
hell?
do know I'm on spy because one of their soldiers hit me. Or no, I ran out of cloak in the heavy zone.
This is crazy. You guys shouldn't try to take an exchange into last like this, but they are...
I have no idea how I get this.
They are playing terribly. This is literally the worst way to play this ever. So in this situation, if you're the enemy team, what you should do is like just pressure you guys, like start spamming you guys as you guys walk in. Maybe have a sniper in spawn or something, or use your heavy to pressure them. But like they just fed one soldier into you guys at a time, and the soldier doesn't jump away either, but he still gets 2. You guys still get 2 with the soldier's damage, so that's good. But I don't like the medic and everyone playing so far away here. I don't know how they took so much damage. But like the medic should just arrow like some of these players. They shouldn't all run back to spawn. Like he doesn't arrow the soldier who's holding them back. He doesn't arrow his heavy, which he should. The heavy shouldn't run back to spawn. And they just take so long to do anything. Thankfully, they still got their Uber out second, which is good for them. They want this to go long. And then deer kind of feet. Deer, you do have a revolver. In this situation, you should stop trying to go for a backstab and just go for... Holy shit.
I was like a millisecond
Did you
off.
backstab their medic on Uber and he flew like that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, just you can wait a second, revolver them. Oh, the soldier might have hit them too. I don't know. Anyways.
No, it was just the backstab. I think it was a combo of like the backstab and Pyrrhic shooting.
Yeah. But yeah, just wait a second, take out your revolver. In this situation, after your combo dies, you're probably not getting the point. You could also just go to cap point here. Like, you can just go for a back cap on spy. It's very annoying and hard to deal with. The only way to deal with it is if they know, they just leave a player on point. But if they don't know, it's very easy to sneak behind and get a spy cap. But especially with a soldier there, if I was that soldier, I probably would just like wait in heaven, play with my spy, maybe like make a play on the medic, and then let them walk forward, and then have my spy try to cap and pray they've forgotten. I don't know. There's a lot to do there. Especially once your medic dies. Like at that point, it's less about trying to cap the point and more about trying to get their medic, or praying to God they walk away from the point. After you fail to stab on the medic, I probably would just go invisible and try to play for the point. You're still trying to play for their medic, which is crazy. There is such thing as the sunken cost fallacy.
Oh wait, you look what I just do.
I don't know why they're just standing on second. Like, second has to be capped by now. And they have full Uber ad. They're just standing around doing nothing. Try to do something in situations like these. This scout's stupid. You need to have your combo clear space first. I like the attempt at the flank shove. You already know one player died there. It's not bad to shove it. It's not great that you lost Silent, though, already. Again, you kind of want to shove this together. But the individual player, after one of their players dies there, I don't know if you do that, but you're taking 1v1. It's risky, but it can work. and they have full Uber. You guys are still playing way too far forward, by the way. They used Uber here, but you're down 2 players. They could shove this. And it's even players, and it's a lot harder for you guys to fight, because especially since you guys are fighting on low ground. Thankfully, Chick nukes, and the enemy team backs up for no reason into your players. Again, no one's spotting IT here. They just have a scout doing nothing, standing with the other scout. Don't have both scouts on top of each other. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Things you guys need to work on is don't go through, like, when you're going to other points, don't send your entire combo / team through one door, right? Make sure your flank is going their flank route and spotting. 2, when you're taking your Ubers, try to think about what door you're going through. Try to catch more players with the Uber. Try to take a little more space with the Uber. Make sure, like I said, that you're getting the gun, getting space, and hopefully getting a couple kills or point pressure. Theoretically, all 4 is the best, but space, kills, and point, you probably only get 2 of the 3, and gun. Maybe 3, but try to call where you're ending. Try not to call, like, try to have a plan beforehand. Stop going through 1 with your Ubers as much. That's only to catch players, and try to do it with some spotting. Or if you're moving really fast, like you see a bunch of players leave through 1, and you just leave deer and send the rest of your combo through 1, right? Your other players should not go through 1 with you. Deer, stop running in on last for no reason. Everyone who's not part of the combo, wait until your combo gets in. They should be telling you this. Combo, try to coordinate better together, because you guys are not focusing the same targets as each other and going different paths, which is causing your Ubers to be worse. On mids, try not to give the enemy teams too much space. If they are giving you space and they take damage, try to take space from them. That is just a universal rule as well. If the enemy is giving you space, then you should always try to take space, unless, like, there's only 1 or 2 situations, which is like maybe they have crits, maybe they have a spy, but you can count players and look at their medigun to deal with that. And also, I wouldn't worry about that too much. If they're giving you space, general rule of thumb is to take space, as long as you guys have ad. On disad, make sure to play your disad spots, which is your combo needs to be in a door to leave. On mid, that is going to be IT or choke. On second, that is going to be 1 or 2. Your combo should be playing around that. Your scouts can be a little farther away to take some spotting, but the second he sees players, he should back up. One of your soldiers should sack for it, or someone can come up on an off class and go for it. I think that's most of the problems that you guys are having. Yeah, I think that's it. Only a couple things.
Big preach.
Do you guys have any
Pretty
questions?
cool.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No.
Questions? Last moment.
Oh wait. I have
When
one question.
demo, all right, deer first, because mine's off topic.
Mine is also off topic, so it's like more
Okay.
off topic.
When demo review of Snakewater?
No idea.
Would be epic. Just saying.
Maybe Sunday. I'm working every day for the next 4 days, though. So unless it's late, I could do one late, possibly tomorrow. Actually, maybe tomorrow. There is a bagel review that I'm going to do at 8 p.m. EST. If you guys want to tap in for that. That is for the general coaching stuff, though. So it's not going to be for you guys specifically. It's just going to be a general overview of the map. What's it called? Maybe after scrims tomorrow, but it would be late again, like today.
Do we know?
My question was.
if-
I'm right.
sorry. Do we know when Burb is gonna be back on? Does he have another scrim tomorrow?
I assume tomorrow. I don't know the
Would
time
be
and date, though.
epic.
Just always message them.
Epic.
I have a question.
What's up?
How do I improve the trust with a teammate?
Practice and communication. Like you kind of just have to, like, What teammate are you talking about?
The medics mostly.
You just need to make
Amy
sure that
and
you're communicating
Infinity.
what you want to do, and they need to communicate any like after the match. If you have a problem, you can talk with them about it. Like, I feel like you
Mhm.
should be healing me more during X times, and they could be like, well, I don't think so. And if you guys want some clarification, you can ask me or Burb. You can just go over it yourself. But there's been some times where they
Okay.
should be healing you, and sometimes where you're playing a little too far forward.
Yeah,
That was Chick, right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to get better with voices. There's sometimes where you're playing a little too far forward, and then sometimes where you're not, and they should be healing you a little more, definitely. But it's kind of like both. You guys need to meet halfway. You definitely
Yeah.
need to like calm your intentions because they can't read your mind. And at the same time, some of that is also that you guys like your combo is just not together, in general.
Yeah.
Which is maybe part of that as well. I don't know. Like Amy could be not listening. You might not be talking loud enough. You guys might not be talking. I don't know. I'm not there.
I think
Um,
Silent said some people might also just have my volume down,
Yeah.
and it's just muddled.
Originally,
very possible as well.
when uh the
Amy's-
other main, yeah, when Amy was main calling, I think everyone
Mhm.
raised her voice up. But now that
Everyone just forgot.
Cry's, yeah, now that Cry's main calling, it may be different now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would request like at the start of tomorrow's scrims to like make sure everyone can hear you, double check
Okay.
in with everyone. Be nice about it, of course.
Yeah.
But, and then also if you want, you can also record your own gameplay. One of you guys could record the comms for the match, and we can do a comms review, which is always
Ooh.
interesting, but can be very helpful.
I'll record
Yeah,
the next
my
match for a comms review.
Awesome. Thank you,
yeah,
dear.
my comms were maybe not the best
Try not to
during
declare
process.
comms.
My comms are
Yeah.
terrible.
We can talk about that though when I hear it, because whenever I play with you guys, I kind of overtake the comms, which is fine.
But it's like
But-
you do good. I think the thing is you don't overtake comms. You just do good comms.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I also
It's-
like take control of the team and like grasp it with my hands and lead us through like
Yeah,
what we
wring all the
need to do.
water out.
Yeah.
I had a question
What's
real
up?
quick. Do you think ringing for other teams will like improve your skill?
Yes. So pubs. So specifically for pubs, they're not the best form of practice because obviously the teamwork is not going to be there because you're not an actual team and you guys haven't played with each other before. But it's good to learn, like general stuff. Like especially when you're first starting out, they're very good practice for like learning where you need to play, generally what you should be doing, and then practicing DM and mids, right? Like rollouts and all that stuff. It's the best way to practice in the game in pugs, and I would treat pugs not exactly like scrims, but try to take them somewhat seriously. Like have fun, don't get me wrong, but like practice how you play, and practice how you want to play in officials. And then for scrims, scrimming with other teams is good practice because you get to see how other main callers main call and how they act, how other teams play. It can give you information on another team's playstyle that you might fight in the future. It gives you just more practice calming with people you're not familiar with, and you can pick up things from them and they can pick up things from you. And it's definitely more organized than a pug is, so it's usually pretty decent practice. It's the second best practice you can get, other than just scrimming with your actual team.
All right, thank you.
It's good practice. Ringing is good practice. It gets you like, it's a serious match with a team that's mostly put together, and you kind of just have to. It is very good for you to practice molding yourself into a team and being useful for people who aren't used to playing with you. It's a good way to practice comms, especially because it's usually going to be a little more serious than a pug.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
What is a
Oh, wait, can I ask a question? Because I've never.
I don't know how to word this. So you go ahead.
What exactly is a sack? Because I still don't think I know.
So there's multiple different sacks. It depends on the game mode. For like Koth, we talked about the 4-man sack, And how about, since respawn timers are faster, it's easier to just go for a 4-man sack and try to get them to Uber. So, okay, so the idea of a sack is that Uber ad is deadly, right? Making 2 of your players invincible for about 4 seconds each, probably a little less technically, because flashing players gets you less Uber time. But basically, Uber is 8 seconds of invulnerability, right? That is able, like, that can swing player ad in your favor. If you are doing like a 5v6, usually it's not that great, but if you have Uber ad and the enemy team is catchable, that's 8 seconds for your players to catch the enemy team and get as many kills as possible. Even if it's not necessarily the medic, even if it's not necessarily the medic, you're still getting a bunch of kills, which allows you to push, allows you to force their medic a little easier, etc., etc. So the idea is, instead of trying to take scrappy exchanges or things like that, if you're in the driver's seat, it's best for you to do a sack. Because if you're at evens, right, let's pretend we're at evens right now, even though it's not even close to that and players aren't close, etc., etc. If you're at evens and the enemy team, I'm going to use red, or you guys are on red, you're the defending team, right? You have your medic somewhere on point. All right, let me use a different color. You have your medic somewhere on point. You have your scout on point with your medic. Your demo is probably going to be down here spamming choke. You're going to have some stickies and choke. You're going to have a soldier playing somewhere around sewer and rotating back and forth for heals and ammo. And then you have 2 players in IT. Or spotting IT, right? This is kind of what your defense will look like. If the enemy team has Uber, but you guys have Uber, if they walk in, they're just going to get nuked, right? They have to walk into low ground. Here, I'm going to use a different color. They have to walk into low ground where it's super easy to spam them, right? Oh, come on, give me another color. It's super easy to spam them. Even players from IT can spam them. You're super bombable. So if the enemy team walks in, you're just going to spam the shit out of them and try to get them to force as soon as possible. If they use before you, it means whenever you use your Uber, no matter what, you're most likely going to have a better Uber, right? If you even use their Uber, right? If they get forced pretty early on, their demo man might commit and go super deep, but if he goes super deep, he's not going to be able, like, if your combo right here just backs up, right? Backs up to here. If their demo man jumps, their Uber's not going to be able to catch their demo man in time. He's probably going to die. Hopefully he dies before he gets the force on your medic. Then if he hits a pipe, then maybe someone else could jump in. But at that point, they're going to lose 2 players. You're going to have ad. And then you guys, even if you just use to save your players, you're still 6v4. That's a free push into mid. And if they don't get the force on you guys, that means you have Uber ad going into them. You could just try to catch them immediately. You could just use into them immediately and try to trap them off and choke. There's like so many things that you can do, but trying to push into a team that has Uber while you have Uber, usually it's easier to defend than attack in this situation, right? So instead of doing that, avoiding the situation altogether, you lightly commit, right? You take your demo man, he stands in choke. In a situation where he could get bombed, but like it's not super bad if he gets bombed. He could maybe get out, he could back up, etc., etc. And then you should have a scout somewhere protecting him. The demo man pressures, right? He shoots stickies at the combo. The scout's behind him watching. You have someone watching IT. You're probably your flank scout, and then one of your soldiers here, maybe one of your soldiers in IT or in choke behind you guys. One of these soldiers then sacks a sacrifice to try to force the enemy medic, right? If that soldier dies, you still have 5 players to defend mid with, and these are 3 very tight doors. So at most, the other team might send a counter sack, which is like, let's say you had someone pushed up in IT, someone will just go through as fast as possible and try to catch your medic off guard, right? Or a little slower but with pressure to try to catch your medic off guard, because if they get the force, right, it's easier, it's hard to break into the enemy team when it's a 5v6 if they're defending. Same thing for the opposing team, right? Even if they lose a player, it's still easier to defend with 5 players than to, it's a lot riskier for the enemy team to push in, even if they only have 5 players. You might be able to take a little bit of space, but unless they make some big mistake, you're probably not going to be able to do anything, except maybe get a force off because it's going to be a little easier to get in. But that's kind of it. The whole thought process is to sack when you're at evens or when you're at disad, to delay the enemy team or to force them. If you force them, that's great. Now you have Uberad. You can take your Uber in immediately, depending on how the situation goes. You could wait a little bit, whatever. But that's the thought process. You want to sack to get rid of an enemy's Uberad when either you're pushing, like when they're pushing into you and you're on disad, or when you're at evens and you want to make something happen without trying to like suicide by pushing in on evens. Because it's really hard to push on evens because you're most likely going to get forced first. That is why you sack. And that is what a sack is.
Okay, thank you.
A little complicated. I think I went over it in some of the other reviews as well. If you want to, this will also be uploaded. So, but
are you still recording?
I'm still recording.
This is epic.
Yes.
I have a question. I know you kind of already answered this, and probably 100% already answered this, but I just want to make it clear in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching IT. Should I be upper IT, watching that door and only watching that door? Or should I be a little bit farther back, still able to look at choke and both IT?
Silent, you should just be here. Like
Okay.
here or here, because you want to try to stop them from getting through this door. The second they get through this door, you back up. Wait for your scout to help you. Maybe jump back into them. Mainly rotate your beam, right? Your beam can just stand right here, give you a little buff while you're standing like right here. You get 300. They're probably not going to have beam. You can refight them. If you do see beam with them, back up even farther and just like maybe stand right here. Your job is to then just try to make sure they don't get behind. If they walk at you and it's with beam, jump away, right? Do some damage, jump away.
Okay, thank you.
But you should, like, you don't always need to play here, especially if you get a kill here. That's when you could maybe start looking choke or maybe start pushing to try to go for a counter sack, like I mentioned earlier. But you're the biggest, like, line of defense from them getting through this door. If they get through this door and you don't have a scout with you, if it's another soldier, I probably would still wait for my scout. Because it's risky, right? Especially when you're standing up here. If they bomb you when you're up here, it's pretty easy to die. But standing down here, it's a lot easier for you to get shoved out, and trying to fight a scout like this sucks. So,
yeah.
So that's why.
So 2v1s, and make sure they don't go past the door.
Yes. And if they do take the door, just back up. Tell your team that they're pushing. Try to get some overheal, etc., etc. And try not to die. It's not worth dying for. Give them space before you die. That's basically a rule for everything. Not always, but yeah, don't die. Any other questions? Oh wait, I think
Not that I can remember
beautiful.
or figure out to say.
Oh, Dark Souls.
Dick, are you still at work?